giving this part once again to all. That is the generating pseudo-random number. Since in many computer application, a random number is required. Why random number? Because if you are looking at a random number that is required to generate, we can identify any random number, and it can be ranges and can be started from the any sequence value. You can say. So here it is written over that is the slide. Many computer applications need a random number to be generated. So few of the numbers are truly random number, few may not be. There's no guarantee, but to provide a strongness, but in the Python programming, we have a important method that is required to generate pseudo random number, and the thing which is known as that is a pseudo random generator. In Python, pseudo-random number generation can be depend upon an approach, and that is known as the Mersenne Twister algorithm, and that produces 53% float. This 53% float provides the uniqueness of the such number. Suppose I am taking here example, then you can understand. See, if I'm saying just find the random number from 1 to 5, then you can find any random number that could be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you will be happy. But it is not a safe number, it is not a strong number. So when talking about the 53% float, and then any number which is to be selected from 0 to 5 can have the present value float value. Suppose I'm getting the 1.05925, something like that one. Okay, it is very easy to find from the 0 to 5 range in terms of the decimal as well as the float value. But it is again not a good number. So in the earlier days, it was have the 28 bit 28-bit present float value. So the decimal which are coming from the coming after the any integer part, we have the Mantis part and present part. So it can have the 28-bit long. Earlier it was 16-bit. Now then we have 28. Now then we have the 32. Then we have 48. But in today's era, we have also the 56 as well as we have the 128-bit long present float, and that is a good thing. But this is the technique which is generating the pseudo number or pseudo random number that is known as the Mersenne Twister algorithm in Python. And it is a 53 long bit percent float. And this technique is much fast and thread safe, but is not suitable from the cryptographic purpose. Then if you are looking this technique for the cryptography, then you can use, but it is not suitable because any hacker or any attacker or cracker will crack or find the any random number by providing the function. So such thing we will see today how to generate the function. So cryptography is what that makes clear to all once again. Whenever you need to secure some information by encoding and decoding purpose, then you can do. So you are encoding your anything whatever you have by the random by using the random. Your information will be encrypted. Encoding means encrypted by the any number, but it can also be decoded by simple method, just reverse process of the decoding or encryption. So encoding or encryption. So decoding is very easy when we have the last number of the present float value. So it is better idea to just go to the 128-bit long present float. So nowadays in today's era we have the 512-bit present float as well. So this pseudo random number is mostly used to when we have the security purpose or when we need to encrypt or decrypt some information. But then a question comes in our mind, why the pseudo random number or any random number is required? So whenever we need to put any information or we need to pick any value randomly, then at a time a random function will be applicable. So here we have to go through such part. But what are the various functions by which we can calculate or we can get the information? So that is known as the pseudo random generator. Now pseudo is determining that the good amount of the random number we can get. Yes, please. Tell me any doubt in this point.
Sir,
Yes, please tell me.
sir, I am not able to understand the 53-bit precision floats. Sir,
Okay,
what is that?
this 53% bit is that is suppose we have a number that is 1, and then we have this power e to the power 52. If you remember, if I do write any number like this one, 1.2 1.2 into e to the power 53. It means any number, this number 1.2 has the present value 53. So like I'm just choosing any number from 0 to 1. So it can have the 0, 1, 2, 3. So how many decimal value or decimal value we have? 1, 2, 3 only. Okay, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many percent value we have? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Suppose I'm writing this number 0 0.5927 and 6. So what is the percent value of this number? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 means the total number of value after decimal that is defined by the precision. This is
Okay,
the
sir.
okay. So I'm writing the 1.97. So what is the precision value of this one? That is only 3. So if we have the 53-bit precision means we have the total precision value, we can have the 53 bits, and that is denoted by the it's just like 1.22, it is about 53 in calculator. So calculator can't support this kind of the sequence number bit. So calculator may provide error at times. So this is nonsense. Okay, so we have an example. I will demonstrate something over here, then you will understand step by step. Yes, please tell me any doubt here. Now, shall we move to the
No,
next
sir.
slide? Okay, shall we move to the next
No, sir.
slide? Okay. If we're talking about the Python, so Python has a standard library that contains a random module. And now question comes in our mind how to import or how to use such a random number. Okay, it is very simple idea you can use just like importing a math library. So how to import a math library? There's a very simple syntax by which we can do import math. If you remember the syntax, then I will be happy to know from your side. Have you remembered this point? How to import the math library? Just using the import keyword, import math library. Is
Yes,
it clear
sir.
to all? Same we
Yes.
have the same we have the random module in the Python, so we have to use import we have to use import random. Okay, so this is what random itself is a class or library. We need to use such function which belong to the random library, random class, then it is required to be import over here. So this is belongs to which is known as the random module, and which defines the various function for the handle the randomization. So here first we have the random seed. Okay, and all these three different functions are used to represent their some value, and these three different functions are used in a program to manipulate your data whenever we need to select the random information. Suppose an example I'm taking right now, I have the 58 or 48, suppose n number of the value of the student. If I need to choose any random roll number, then how I can choose? Okay, so my function will help me to choose any random roll number for choosing purpose. So I can choose any random number. I can suppose I'm asking the question from the random student. So randomly I'm choosing. So this is what any student who may be lucky or not, but he or she will be selected or he will be opted by the any function. So instead of doing the manual thing, I can choose the random. I can use the random function to choose the his or her roll number. So this is the good way. And these functions have their own sense in a programming where we can use. So let us start from the first part, that is the random dot seed. What is the difference of this function seed function into the random library? This function initializes the random number generator when a random module is imported. The generator is initiated with the help of the system time to reseed the generator. As the name is saying over here, that is seed. So it means you have to generate. Seed means we are seeding something for the growing purpose. So we are initializing something that is followed by the random concept. So we have the random dot seed, and this function is help to define the anything into the form of the random way and use any integer string byte and byte array objects. All these belong to the data type. Next function we have the get state. Random dot get state this function along with the set state function. Set state function will return into the third point. You can see along with the set state function, which helps in reproducing same random data again and again. The get state function return internal state of the random number generator. So when we are generating any number, it provides the its state, it is available or not. And set state function is just basically reinstate the internal state of the generator. So these are the three important functions. All these functions are used whenever we have to fetch the information from the large volume of the data set. I will demonstrate all these functions one by one whenever we discuss the big program or good program, whenever we will fetch the data from the large set of the information. But right now, we need to understand the problem, that is what is the small function from which we can find the information. So jumping onto the random.c function, get state and set state function, it is ready to understand the small function. After learning the small function, then we will look for the big program, and then we will implement all these three important functions. So I'm just going to or moving to the very small function that is under into, or we can say it is part of the random class or random library, that is random. You can understand a rand range. You have to keep in mind the first function. Now you can see over the slide rand range. Now is it visible to all? Yes, please let me know. It is visible to all. Random
Yes,
dot
sir.
random,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
random range. So you can understand over here, this function generates a random integer between the range. That's why this function name has own information, a random range. And it can take the three different parameters. What are those? Start value, stop value, and step. But practically, you can understand some example. By the some example, you can understand here. I'm just putting random dot rand range. So I'm using random dot rand range. I'm just putting the 10. What value I'm getting? Suppose I'm getting the 5 year. So here you can say step and start value are the optional part. Can we say these are the optional part? Can we say these are the optional part? Yes, we can say. Why? Because if you're not putting any value of the start and step, and it assume here that is 0. So this can be understood by the 0, 10, comma 0. Can we say like this one? Why? Because there is no step is required to jump. Okay, we can give the information sequential manner without any jumping the step and start. If we are not putting the start, so information will be started from the 0 by default. So this function will search the or give the random function from 0 to 10. So it gives 5. Second thing we have here, second statement or second function in which we are using is start. So this belong to the start, and 20 belong to the stop. So we are defining the range. The value that is to be searched in from the random should be belong to the from start to stop. So what is the start value we have over here? That is a 20 and sorry 10, and stop is 20. Suppose I'm putting value here 50 comma 60, 50 comma 60. So it should give some value that is lie between the 50 to 60. If I'm putting 2 here and did define the step, okay, so it will search the information from 100, 102, 104, and so on, so on, so 200. So it will not give any number which belong to the odd number. Okay, it just give the random value, and that will be only the even number. Okay, that will be only the even number. So whenever I'm asking a simple question to find the even random number, then you have to use a step. So this is a basic idea by which you can understand. Now, is it clear to all? Is it clear to all about this function? Yes, please tell me. Is it clear to all about this function?
Yes.
This is
So
the
please explain again.
uh, Can I explain by the practical way? Then you can understand with the practical way.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So I'm right now jumping on the my.
Sir,
Yes, please tell me.
sir, basically step means the difference between na means just for example 100, 204 there is a difference
Yes,
of
yes.
two.
Yes, difference of the two, the information which will look into the difference of the two only.
If we take 4 then 100, 108 will come, no sir?
Yes, of course, of course, of course. This is a good point. Yes. So now you are able to see my Jupyter notebook screen. Yes, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you have any doubts with the practical problem, then you can ask right now. So we will troubleshoot such problem. Now, this is the my first statement I'm writing here, random dot rand range. Okay, and here I'm giving you only the 10. Now, if I try to run this function, then I will get an error. Why? Can anyone tell me why I'm getting this error? Name random is not defined.
Sir, import random.
Sir, we have
Yes.
to import this
Import
function.
random, sir, from.
Good, good.
Import
This is a
random,
good.
sir.
Yes, I was expecting such kind of the answer from all the students, and this is the point because first we need to import the random library. So what I'm doing here, you can understand here what I'm doing. I'm importing random library. Okay. Now what I'm typing over here now it is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
If I write now random dot rand range, and here I'm just putting any random value like say what value I should put over here. First tell me what value I should use.
10.
15.
Yes,
20.
20. So the range we can say it will start from 0 to 20. So random value will be or could be from 0 to 20. Now can we run this program right now? See the result. See what value we are getting? 6 value. Now is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, according to you, if you want to run or rerun this program or these two statements, then you can see now 18. So after running each and every time, we will get any random value that ranges from the 0 to 20. Now this is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Next thing, I am just doing the same thing, just do the some amendment as per the my syntax. What I have to do, I am taking the initial value that is a 23 and last value that is lies within the 67. Okay. Try to run this program or this statement, then you can see we are getting 36. So it will lies between the 23 to 67. So random value that is to be lies between the 23 and 67, that is 36 we have. Now if I try to run this code again, then you will see the result. Now we are getting the 51. Now you can see we are not getting any random value that is less than the 23 or more than the 67. So this is the point. Now is it clear to all, my dear? All
Sir,
you have and then you can ask me.
we can get 67 also, no, sir?
Yes, it depends on the function. It can gives, so
No,
it
sir.
depends on. But
In
no. But there is a problem in the range function since it is just like a range function. So value will be starting from the 23 to 67 minus one. So it will search the information or just give the information from 23 to 66, just like this one. So I just let me update this value. Yes,
yes.
this is the point. Yeah, thank you for asking this question. In Python, if you are putting any function or any range related information, then it will give the information from first to last minus one. Okay, this is the point. Yes, now we have the next part. If we need to jump. So now see, I'm just taking any random value. Please, if you want to speak, then you can speak. Now what value I should use? Just tell me any two random values here, and we will decide the range from
30 to 77.
20. Just can you repeat?
30 to 77.
32 and 77. And how much step you want to, how many steps you want to move up? Please, can you tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4,
3.
5.
3. Okay. So we can understand it will start from 32, comma 35, comma 38, comma and 41 and so on, so on, so on. So last value will be 30. Sorry, 76. Now, if it tries to search any value, so you can see we are getting the 68. You can check it. Okay. So we are jumping. Now let me run once again. 62. 38. So 38 in our range we are getting. Okay. So is it clear to all about the range function?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Any doubt here? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, good. So I'm also moving to the my slide once again to explain the other function. Then you can understand about the more detail about the other function as well. So just see. Now it is visible to all the my PPT once again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So good. So now we have the another function that is related to the random class or random library. So here we have the another function that is known as the rand int. Okay. So random dot rand in this function generate the random integer. So as a name given over here, random integer. You can understand random integer between two parameters. So what are the two parameters? We have the first parameter start or stop. We can understand. So here we have an example random dot rand int 1 comma 10. So we are getting the 6. We have the 131. So it just this randint function always gives the any random value that is rise from any range but should be in form of the integer way. Okay. So you here you can understand the same code or the simple program. So I'm explaining over here, then you can understand. Now I'm once again to back on the my slide. Now Jupyter slide, Jupyter notebook. It is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
So I just can put the message over here using rand int function. So if I am putting random dot rand int, what is the start value I must take? Please tell me.
43.
Uh, can you repeat once again? I got two values. That's why I'm asking the one value only. Please tell me what should be the first value, start value.
1. 26.
It's 26 and last value 1. 1.
Yes, sir. 1.
Now tell me, you are starting from 26, you are going to the 1. Okay, if you try to execute this code, it will give an error or not? Just can you tell me? It will give an error or not?
Not.
Why?
It will
You are
give
more,
the error.
so what error it should give, and if it not gives the error, then why it should not give the error? Yes, you should have your answer and you know the answer. That's why I'm asking. If it is given error, then what kind of error we will get? If it not gives error, then okay, why we are not getting error?
Sir,
So
in random randint,
Value error.
start and stop is also defined. Means the starting and stopping, as we
okay.
have having in rand range.
Hmm.
Means suppose in rand range, in the above example 32 77,
Okay.
start is from 32 and ending is 77.
Okay, I agree
In
with this
rand
point.
in randint, it is also same, sir. Starting and stopping means it is
Yes,
predefined.
yes, yes. In the rand range, there two parameters are required. You can't use a single parameter, but in the rand range, we can pass the single parameter. You can, if you remember this point. If you remember the 20 question, 0 to 90. And the rand int function always return the integer value. That's why it has the integer. Suppose in the rand range, I'm just passing some value is in form of the decimal. So decimal part also be part of the range. But in the rendered, you can use only the integer value, and it also return the integer value. Yes. Now tell me. Shall we execute this program and see the result?
Yes, sir.
So we are getting now. See, empty range for the range is this one. Yes, we are getting this at this point. Now see what happened at here. This start value must be smaller than the stop value. We are defining the range in the positive way. So we have. I can change this one like this one, like this one. Then you can understand. Now it will. This is the point. So while providing the range, you should keep in mind all those points. What value you are thinking. So stop and stop should be less than start. This is the point. Now, is it clear to all about this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm just sharing my screen right now. Once again, I will not move again. So I'm sharing my entire screen to all. Then you can see now. So here I'm just moving to the slide. Now slide is visible to all. This function about the rendered.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next function in the this slide we have about the random. We have the another function where the float value is also possible to be counted. So see random. So if you remember this function, whenever you use or whenever we require this function, then we will use. I talked about the integer part only, but whenever we need to some value from 0 to 1 or any specific range by the floating point, the we can get it. But random function does not require any argument to be passed. By default, it gives us a value that lies between the 0.0 to 1.0. So what we will do, we will just need to type random function only. Random itself is a function which return any random value that lies between the 0, 1, 0, 0, 0.0 to 1.0. Okay, so you can see if I try to execute this code over here, like random, then now if I try to run this program and then you can see 0.58989773200322. Okay, we are getting this value. So this is the point you need to keep in mind. If I try to run once again, now we are getting the value 0.24615. If I try to run once again, then we are getting the value 0.1760. Fourth time, I'm just executing, then you will see I'm getting every time some random value that lies between the 0 to 1 or 0.0 to 0.1.0. So now, is it clear to all about the random function? Now you can understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, we have the more function that is known as the uniform. So this uniform function is again most important part for learning purpose where you can learn. This function returns the floating point random number between two parameters. So we can get the integer value by the rand by the rand int through this rand int function. We will get I'm passing suppose x comma y and where x should be smaller than y. Okay, this is the point. So I will get the something means any random value that lies from the x to y y minus 1 I can say. Okay, but that should be integer way. But whenever need to some value in positive in the floating point way, so what is the function we have? That is a uniform. So random dot uniform, and we are passing some value in the floating point that is you can see over here, and it gives an message. Now, what is the difference between the random function and uniform function? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between the random function and uniform function?
range which it is.
Random
Yes.
function give random number which lies between 0.01 to 1.
Okay, good. This is the point. In the random function, we will not pass any parameter and it will return random function 0.0 to 1.0. This is the point we need to keep in mind. But this is a uniform function. What is a uniform function? Uniform function requires the two parameter. So we pass any value here. We pass some x value, comma y value, and that would be float or integer doesn't mean. So you can see integer example, you can see the float example over here. It provide the or it gives a random value from x to y minus 1 we can say. And it provide the random value in form of the floating point. So this is the point. Yes, student, please tell me it is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
good. So shall we execute this code once again to find the information? That is random dot uniform uniform. Okay, tell me the what value I must take as the first parameter and second value.
Sir, we can't see your Jupyter screen.
I have already shared my entire screen to all. If you're not visible to, just let me share once again to entire screen.
It was visible, so
Okay. Now it is visible to all those Jupyter notebook screen.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So here my question was what value I must take the first parameter as a first parameter and second parameter in uniform function. Just tell me what value.
Sir, up to how many decimal points we can take it?
It's up to you. You can take in the Python. We can take the long number of them. Just like I'm telling you this example. You can like this one. Okay. And second parameter you are taking like this one. There is no issue. I'm just running. I'll see.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any range. But in the Python we have the long range of the values. You can define. To be best of the memory, I can take the long term. Okay. And just let me run. Yes, it is done. So it will the uniform function will return a value from 2.43 to this range. Okay, and from 8.0. So we can take the any integer value. Okay, so random dot integer. If I'm taking, so what value or what would be the output? So I'm taking the 45 comma 89. So what would be the output? Can anyone tell me? Yes, please tell me what would be the output of this code I have written over here.
Anything between 45 to 89.
Okay, but that
In
should be
decimals.
in decimal. It will return.
But with decimals.
Yeah, but decimal, of course. This is the point. So we have this point. So that we are getting the 68. Okay. Now, is it clear to all about this uniform function? What does it mean and why
Excuse
we
me,
are
sir.
using? Yes, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Sir, if it generates a floating number, so is
Okay.
there any chance that by any happy accident it can also generate an integer?
It can't generate. Now, see, I'm once again moving to the my slide. Then you can understand the definition. This function always returns a floating point random number. It will always return floating point. The value could be
Okay, sir.
3.0. Okay, value could be 3.0 something like that one, but it will show the information in from the decimal only. Now, clear?
Yeah, sir. I was asking that even if it shows 0.000, can it generate an integer? For example, 3.00000 and only zeros.
No, since you are expecting the answer like you should return the any integer value like 3. So if it returning 0, if it returning 3 as according to you, so it will put decimal value. It will put decimal value.
Yes, sir. I mean, the
Yeah, sir.
answer
That's
may be
what I'm asking.
3.0000.
Yes, so it shows the 3.00. It shows that you are having a value in form of the decimal value as well. since there's a little bit difference between the 3 and 3.0, one value belongs to the integer only and another value belongs to the floating point number value, because this value having the floating, okay, it doesn't mean there's no sense after putting the decimal, but it has some sense into the mathematical term or some numbers term. It has own meaning, but for practical or general life there is no value of the no value or no sense after putting zero after putting the decimal, but in the mathematical, in the computer science, it has own meaning. So this is the point you need to keep in mind. Since this function is returning something like this kind of the value, so what is the difference between the random function or this function? So there is some function is required for it. So we have the uniform function, and this function is a mostly usable function whenever we need to fetch some information in form of the decimal from a larger set of the information, large set of the data. Use, of course, if time permits, then we will have some example to understand the entire thing about the uniform function. Okay, how to uniform function will be applicable in a different kind of programming. But here we are learning the random function that is come into the generating pseudo-random number. So we are generating some random number by using the various function of the random library. So this is the object of the class. Yes, tell me any doubt in the uniform function? Yes, please tell me any doubt.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Good. So here we have another function that is choice function. Somehow through the internet, somehow from the very places or many books, you can find the choice function. So what is the choice function? What is the sense of the choice function in the random? So this function picks a random element. Now please read the statement carefully, and it has its own sense. This function picks a random element from the sequence. So what is sequence? The sequence could be, as we have studied, this sequence could be, now tell me, this sequence could be string, list.
And tuple.
Beautiful, beautiful answer. Thank you.
Couple
This,
strings.
yes, list, string, and tuple. This could be anything. So here we have the string example. In the list example, where is list example? And here we have the tuple example. Why? Because here we are using the parentheses. Here we are using the bracket. Okay. Now we
Yes,
have,
sir.
okay, so let me explore more idea about more detail about the choice function. So I'm just moving to the my Jupyter notebook. Okay, I'm back to the my Jupyter notebook screen. Now it is visible to all.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just putting over here understanding the random choice. Okay, function. So I'm taking the random dot. I'm just putting my name over here without any doubt, and okay, so what does it return? Now tell me, what does it give the message? Okay, this is not random, this is random. Now what does it return? The choice function is return something from the given sequences. So I'm just taking the first sequence as a string. So what does it return? Please tell me.
Any alphabet.
Any alphabet including space as well, because it may return alphabets as well. So blank space. So any alphabets as well as the specific character we have in a string, so it can also return some any blank space. So if any times your answer is not printing anything, so don't think about that part, sir. It does not return anything. It may return at that time, it is returning blank spaces. Okay, so let me run this code over here, then you can see the result. Now we are getting the G. So it is giving returning G. Now I'm just executing once again, then it is returning U next time. Now it is returning R next time. Randomly, it is giving any time randomly. Okay. Now this portion is clear to all about the choice, the first sequence that is string. Yes, please tell me any doubt.
No, sir.
So next time I'm just taking random dot choice, I'm putting over here, and I'm just putting all the detail into the form of the list. In the list, we can have the any information. So 56, comma 16, just like 34, comma. Okay, in the list we can also include a string as well. So I'm just putting like this one, and any values true. Okay, boolean data type we have. We can also put another number like we can also like this one and then can we say this is the list? Please tell me. Can we say is it list?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from the this sequence, we can need to get the any random value. The choice function is suitable at that time. At the time, the rand in applicable. So far, we have seen. So the choice function will be more applicable. So I'm just running this part. Now see, it is returning the 90. Now, it is visible to all. 90 is visible to all. 90.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Once again, let me try to execute this code. Now we are getting the 70 again. It is given. Now let me run once again. Now it is returning true. Let me run once again. It is returning 343. Let me run once again. 90. 90 repeating because random data is coming. So now 45. Okay. Now 45 once again. Now it is returning my name. Now 343. Okay. So this is the point. Now, is it clear to all about the choice function into the by using the list? And I'm solving this problem by using the tuple as well. So what I need to do, instead of putting bracket, I can use the parentheses. Then you can understand, and this would be changed by the tuples only. Yes, a student asking the question. Please tell me. Any doubt?
Sir, sir, you have entered a string, sir, Virendra. Sir, can
Yes.
it choose a specific character of a string? I mean, the string
Yeah,
that has
yeah,
entered.
yeah. Of course, of course. Now, you want, then we can do.
Sir, one
So
ending bracket is missing. Closing bracket is missing.
here, I know, I know. I have not completed. Just I was on the point. Okay. Now, you're talking about the list, my dear. Who asked the question?
Yes,
We
sir.
have.
Sir, I
Yeah.
mean that the string you have already given, can will it display Virendra only, or can it display a character from into the string
No,
also?
no, 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 no. Since in the Boolean string, basically Boolean string is an element of the list. Okay, so index will be counted as a 45 will be on the index 0 and 343 is counted on the one index and Boolean will be counted as two index and S as a single string will be counted on the third third index. So each and every element are stored on the index position. So when choice function will see from the list, then it will give the return the element which is to be which is stored on the specific element index position. So variance is stored on the second element, second index value. So it will give the entire variance instead of the single element. Okay, if you want to do so, then what happened? We have a string sequence. So here we have the data in the string. Here we have the information from the list. So this is a little bit different. You have to keep in mind. Here the list, the here what will done? I will just try. I can write over here. It will return a random element from the list. Okay, and what does it mean? Let me type the answer over here. It will return and return a character from the string. This is the point. Now tell me. There is difference between the both statement. Yes. Now tell me. This point is clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you. So this will also return the random element from the tuple. So I can write here, and it will return the something from the tuple. So if I try to run this code now, see we are getting the 133, and 133 is over here. Now I'm trying to run this code, so it will give the an element. Okay, a random element from the given tuple. So I'm trying to run this again. It is giving the 343. I'm trying to return now. See. So this is the difference you have to keep in mind. Yes, tell me now. The choice function is clear to all. Where choice function we can use when we need to search or when we need to display any random information from the list, tuple, or string. Then we have the choice function from the random library. Now tell me, is it clear to you?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can we add any value to this?
You want to print the value?
Yeah, like in the string one, if you want to add a step value, can we add?
No. Since you are not going through this part where I just this function picks a random element from the sequence. I think now this screen is visible to all slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can't jump or we can't do, and it has the own syntaxes. This is the point you need to keep in mind. And if you are leaving something over here that's empty, so we will get an index error because everything which is to maintain by the index purpose only. Now we can store on the zero index and so and so. This will be represented by the some n index. So here we have the zero index, one index, two, three, four, and five index. Same thing we have over here. So we can't leave anything into this function. We have to type something that should be only string, list, and tuple.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'm just back to the my slide to move to the my next function. That is choices. Now we have the choices. What character we are adding? Only the s. Okay. So this is difference you have to keep in mind. Let me explain to all about the concept. This function just choose the multiple elements. In the choice, what we are choosing? We are choosing only the single element. Here we can choose the multiple element from a list of the random manner. First parameter to function is a sequence. That could be anything. Okay. And the second parameter is the number of choices you want to make it. So in the same function choice we have the string. So we have this one, and k is 2. It means it defined as the number of choices. So by default, how many choices we are getting? Only the one choices. So if I'm putting k equal to 1, so it has no sense because it is just similar to the choice function only. So at least if I need the multiple element from the given element, so I can use this function. I'm just using same thing, understanding the choices function by using this example. So I'm taking same example instead of the choice. Now is equal to 2. Okay, let me run and see the result. Now see. So random choices, not choice. Random choices I'm taking, so it will return the multiple. It will return multiple, not a character, multiple character. Okay, multiple character from a string. So I can take the 2 instead of the 3. I can type the 5. So it will return the 5 random elements from the 5 random character from the given string. Now see. Now see.
Sir, we should define the k, right? I mean, what
Yes, of
is
course, of
k?
course. K is necessarily defined. K defines the number of choice. Number of choice means how many elements you want to return for the multiple. So by default, we are getting the one element. But if you need to, this function should return some multiple element. Okay, random in the random way. So instead of choice, we have the choices function. There's a little difference we have to keep in mind. If you are putting the k equal to 5 in a choice, then you will get an choices. Okay, so this is the now. Shall we understand same concept with the help of the list as well? So it will return. So I'm also doing the same thing, and just by putting comma k equal to I'm taking the 4 only, and it will not return. It will return a multiple random elements from the list. So I'm just executing now. We are getting the error. So where we are getting the error? Yes, choice equal to 4. Choice. Oh, sorry. It should be choices. No, since if you are using choice, then we will get an error. Choices. Okay. So let me run now. This is the now. Is it clear to all about the string and the list by using choices function under the random library? Yes, please tell me. It is clear to all.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir,
Okay.
Yes,
sir,
sir.
will it do the same thing for 2 times, like printing a number for 2 times?
Okay, it doesn't mean because we have only limited information, limited list of the values. So it is just repeating again and again. So there is no issue. When we have the huge volume of the elements, definitely it will not repeat. But it is giving the random list, it may give. So it may give the return value of the duplicacy may or not. So it depends on the functions we need to. Now see.
Sir, I mean, it is possible, right? I mean, it is possible, no?
Yeah, of course it could possible. Now see again, I'm choosing or
Okay.
I'm executing again, so we are getting the repeating value. Now see 74. Now 74. Now this time there is no repetition. Now see
Yes, sir.
this time there is no repetition. This time no repetition. But this time again repetition. 3, 4, 3 is coming two
Okay,
times. Okay,
yes, sir.
got it. Same thing it will be happens with the tuples as well. So we can also using the same thing. So I'm also picking the same elements and just putting over here. And what I need to do instead of the choice, I need to type the choices. And the same thing I'm just keeping here. And so let me correct the statement. It will return multiple random elements on the tuples. So let me execute this code and see the result. Okay, 74. Okay, sorry, I did not put the number of the choices. So by default, it is returning only the one. So I just need to put the k equal to 3. Okay, so let me execute once again. It is returning, and it is returning now. Repetition is also possible, so it is returning. Okay, now it is clear to all. The choices function is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So far we have seen the various function for generating the random number or random sequence. So first function was the rand range function. Next function was the randing function. So let me clear to all once again. A range function is used to return some value which is followed by the some range. And randing function just return only the integer random integer value. Of course, followed by the two parameter, that is the start or the last value. And random function return any values from from 0.0 to 1.0, and there is no required to pass parameter over here. Uniform function will return the something value and in which we need to pass some parameter. So it defines the initial parameter, last parameter. So uniform function will also return the floating point number, random number. So we have the answer over here. So same we have the over here. Now, choice and choices function we have already discussed so many times. So it is specially used for the choosing the random element or random character. So how we can choose? So you have to pass the information from the sequence, and that could be string, list, and tuple. So we have already played so many example with the element with the elements followed by the list, tuple, and string. So you have the answer over here. Yes, now. Now I'm just moving to once again the my slide. Now is it clear to all? So next function we have that is shuffle. Yes, please tell me. Yes. Over the slide, what you are thinking after seeing the shuffle function? Yes, please tell me what you are thinking after seeing the shuffle function.
It will change the index of list.
It will shuffle the elements or randomly shuffle. Okay, so it will shuffle the list of the element which is given by us shuffle. Okay, so it will random shuffle, just like the shuffling the card while playing the card. You can see anywhere. So while playing the card anywhere, so you just want to shuffle your card, then you can do this same process we can have. So real application where we can playing the card, so shuffling also possible. So it just reorder the elements. Okay, it just reorder the element, nothing. And mutable sequences and places them accordingly. So why mutable? Mutable means we can change your sequence. So 10, 20, 30, 40 we have. So it can change like the 40, 20, 40 now we have. Okay, let me explain to all this again, this one by the shuffle function. So I'm just typing over here. Shuffle function. Okay. Random dot shuffle. Okay, now tell me the screen of the Jupyter notebook screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm typing directly answer here. So in a list, I'm just taking any value randomly, like 3. If I'm taking 2 times, so there is no issue. Okay, let me execute this code and see. It does not printing anything. Why does not printing anything? So let me answer, print the answer after support answer. Okay, just let me see the code. So it does return something now. Okay. So after shuffling, the store information is not stored anywhere. So I need to store some information into somewhere else. So rather than doing something, X putting over here. Just give me 1 second. Yes. Because after shuffling all the element under the list X, that is to after shuffling, what I want to do. So it will just let it in the X over here. So list will be updated while shuffling. So with this function, uh, element just give me 1 second, element of the list will be shuffled. So after printing this one, let me give the answer. Now it is shuffled. Now it is visible to all the answer. Because after shuffling, the list is not updated. So this is the problem. That's why I need to take information into the variable. So I'm taking the list variable over here. Now is it clear to all? Yes, please tell me. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let me rerun once again and see the result. Okay, so now next we have the function that is sample under the random class. Now, what you are thinking over here? Please tell me after seeing the result. Yes, please tell me. Yes, anyone who want to speak over here, please tell me what is happening over here. What the sample function is returning.
Sir, it is taking any two characters from name.
Sir, it is returning the character
Okay.
which is given at the named index.
Since you can see it is just like or equal to the choice. Okay. What is happening over here from the choices method from a given sequence, so that could be list or tuple or string, we are picking the random values or random elements or random character. Simple function just like same. What we are putting over here in this example, I'm just taking the name from the string and I'm just passing something over here. Then a variable that is x variable, it is to the list of the returned element. So those are the I and A over here. Okay, so the sample function will return the information and store into the form of the list as well. So you can see the output in from the list. You can see. Previously in the choices function, it the information is by the what value to be randomly selected. But here the sample also select the random value by putting the k parameter, so k is equal to 2 or 3 anything, and store into the another variable that is x. So here we are storing some information in form of the list as well, and nothing especially. So I'm just explaining the some concept about the sample so you can understand. Let me explain the random dot sample method. So you can see a variable I'm taking here. I'm just storing the my name. So then you can see over here from this name, this I just need to use this function random dot what is the function sample and what is the variable name a and k I'm taking the 4. Okay, so from the a string the 4 elements to be selected randomly and stored into the x, and after printing the name and after printing the a and x, you can see the result. Now, name is to be printed over here, and in a list, the 4 random values are to be stored. Okay, I'm running this program again, and you will see the result now. This is nothing to depend over here because the space is counted. Okay, so this is the point. And again running, so now this is the answer. So there's a little bit difference. We have the choice and sample. In sample function return something and that is to be stored into the variable, and after printing we can say sample function what does return. Sample function returns the list of the selected random elements. Okay, so I have written the notes over here, then you can see. Yes, please tell me, sample function is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So raising a number to the large power, we will see this concept later on, but it is very simple concept. So raising a number to large power, we will see next time. So there is no issue.